News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. Welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host, and we have Maria Hurst with us this evening.
Hello.
And with us, once again, is Fred Davies, Master Herbalist and Wellness Consultant, who's teaching classes at Healing Touch Center, which is at across the street, basically, from the post office.
Mm-hmm. And also at the library.
And well, he will be having a class there this coming Thursday, and we're going to be talking about the class, and we're going to be talking what the class is geared to, and then some of the products you have. And do you want to tell us about the class on Thursday it is? And we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you. One of my favorite things to do is to talk to the community about how they can take care of their own health. And so, because school is just 2 weeks away, we wanted to do a back-to-school special, rebuilding the immune system before the children and the teachers jump into that classroom. And so we're going to examine some things the kids can do, some things the parents can do to have a healthy, strong immune system and really avoid the flu and cold season this year if they want to.
Oh, definitely. So it's not those, what is it, ramen noodles? That's not going to help here.
Absolutely no ramen noodles for strengthening the immune system.
Right.
Or hot dogs, or hot pockets, or Tostino's pizza rolls.
Lots of broad spectrum nutrition really is the key to strengthening the immune system, and keeping a low stress environment in the home. That helps too.
Okay, yes. Yeah, stress is a big factor.
You know what I heard a few years back, and I think I tell everybody this, when they're feeling down or whatever, but laughter and something funny, doesn't that increase your immune system?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
be careful, though. It might aggravate the other person if you're laughing at them. Laugh with them, not at them.
He's got a really good immune system because he laughs at me all the time.
So what would you be telling the kids and their parents when they came to the classroom to see you?
Well, we're going to start with just a few simple things that they can do in the home. For example, one of my favorite home remedies. I have a daughter who was, like many teenagers, doesn't drink enough water. So, and it doesn't help that the school only allows very short breaks and there's not time to drink a lot of water and then run to the bathroom. But she would get strep throat very often, maybe 3 or 4 times in the school year. And suddenly she was convinced it was time to stop getting strep throat. It didn't happen. So we did the old honey and onion routine. You simply take a medium-sized onion, chop it up fine, or put it in a food processor and so it chops fine. Cover it completely with raw honey, maybe a 1/2 inch over the onion.
Okay.
Let it sit long enough for the onion to begin moving to the honey. In other words, it all gets liquid. You can even use crystallized honey because it will turn completely liquid with the onion and the honey together. And then just take a spoonful of that honey-onion mixture every hour, and typically for her, within 24 hours, the strep throat was completely gone.
Even while she's sleeping, like just wake up every hour and
no,
do it?
just during
the waking hours.
The day.
But you have to get the child or the adolescent to buy into it, though. So, because
some people, it doesn't taste like onion.
Okay.
And so most people
probably tastes better than it's honey and onion. I mean, the onion melts into it. Probably tastes better than cough syrup. I mean, it has to taste better than cough syrup.
And I've actually made a natural cough syrup using the honey, onion, a little bit of licorice root or garlic, and it tastes very, very good as a cough syrup.
Would you recommend using, I don't mean to interrupt, but would you recommend using the local honey so that
Oh,
they
absolutely.
get that.
With the other
okay.
immune boosting benefits of the local honey.
Okay, cool.
Nothing like a local honey to make you feel better.
No, it's delicious too. I actually bought some, and it's we're gonna have to have them come on because it really is yummy. Yeah, on your toast. Really good.
Okay. And what else would you be doing?
Besides natural things, and I love teaching classes at the library because we have the opportunity to draw from so many people that know so much. And so I usually spend the first 5 minutes asking what natural things other people have used, and we learn from each other. And then we'll plunge into a kitty line of products. This is Kitty Mune's, Kitty Mune, Kitty Track. I'll talk a little bit more about each one of these. Vitamins, strengthen the immune system, and the Kitty Track is so that children who have a hard time focusing or paying attention can actually be able to pay attention easier.
Oh, I think we
Helps them keep on track.
Okay.
And then what was the final one here? I've forgotten what I said there. Oh, Kitty Well, just to strengthen the immune system before anything happens. Now, I have to tell a story about that last one that you've got in your hand there.
Garlic? Well, garlic's good for everyone.
Garlic. It's great. If you've ever got a problem with friends, take a little garlic. They'll move away farther. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But I just got back a week ago from scout camp. I'm serving as scoutmaster.
Bottle.
And
I'm going to hold my
Go
thought
for it.
because my thought is I'm from Chicago. I could never get creamy garlic dressing until I went to this one restaurant from Chicago, style restaurant in Vegas. They have a creamy garlic dressing shipped in from Chicago.
Oh,
I'm in
good.
doggy heaven right now.
Good stuff.
Oh my God! Yeah, you tell me garlic. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Maybe that's why us Italians are always, doing pretty good because we're eating a lot of garlic.
The immune system loves garlic. And
Cool.
this particular formula is not just garlic, and I'm not going to go through the whole formula right now, but I will tell a story on it. I got back from scout camp just a week ago, and one of the things a scoutmaster is supposed to do is keep up with the boys, right? Well, I'm getting old. I'm over 50, and normally I do keep up with them. I did the 57-mile bike ride with them.
Oh.
I don't have too much problem keeping up with the boys, but that first day in camp, for some reason, I got a horrible earache. As soon as we got up there, maybe it was an infection that was starting and the change in altitude. We'd moved from, 2,300 or something like that here in Pahrump to 11,000 feet there.
Oh, okay.
And my ear just hurt so bad, and I was really feeling stressed and down. I could tell I was coming down with some kind of an immune problem. And I got thinking through, what do I have with me that I can take and kick this before I ruin an entire week of camp with the boys? Well, last time I was on, you might remember this, we talked about the bag of all of those tricks, and I had brought it with me to camp, and in it is the Super Garlic Immune formula. I started taking a spoonful of that every hour, and by the time I woke up the next morning, the earache was gone, and I was back to normal and could continue on without any stress for the rest of camp. So, Super Garlic Immune formula is got the power to help the immune system, and start taking it as soon as you feel the tiniest twinge of illness coming on.
Okay.
So a lot of these help your own body, most of them, then help your own body heal rather than artificially go in and kill something that's there. It helps your own body just produce whatever you need to produce to get rid of something or keep something healthy. So then would you agree, I don't know if I'm going off track, that eating right, eliminating like processed foods, definitely,
Absolutely the first
prevention.
step. Drinking water, we're actually going to talk about this as our very first thing in the class on Thursday. At the library from 1 to 3, you can sign up at the library. It really would help to have your name signed on the list to make sure there's a seat for you. Or we're going to have a second one. I know a lot of parents work, and there will be a second class at not at the library, they're closed by then, at a Healing Touch Center right across from the post office from 6 to 8 p.m. this Thursday. So 1 to 3 in the library, and then 6 to 8 p.m. at a Healing Touch Center. And you can call a Healing Touch Center at 751-0552 and sign up for either one of those classes. Or for the library one, you can just stop in and sign the sheet at the library.
Okay.
I noticed something that you're doing that's really nice on here, because you're doing the class for free. You're volunteering your time and your expertise for the class. But I noticed that you are having space for people to bring food for the local food pantry. That's really nice.
Yeah, we no longer have all of the food pantries as of the end of June. I think it was June 31st when No to Abuse had to shut their food pantry, so that's one less. So we're having to plus up the amount of food that goes out through the other food pantries.
Very good.
That's really nice. So sign up for the class, and it's 751-0552, and get some stuff together by then for the next couple of days and bring it in and donate the food. And if you're watching this on our repeat, which is Sunday morning at 6 a.m., and you've missed the class, you can still call the 751-0552, because you do classes at the Healing Touch Center.
Yes, I do.
Other times.
And if you want to come talk to me,
then you can still donate later to
Yeah.
to the food pantry.
And if you want to come and talk to me directly, I spend Thursdays at a Healing Touch Center to answer questions and to help people look through natural alternatives.
Okay, and it's not just about these products here. It's about like the home remedy you just talked about with the honey and the onion. That's just things that you will have at home.
Right, and while you're at the library, we've got a ton of books on herbs, natural remedies, and you said you had read some of the books we had.
I've read about 400 books in the last 20 years on natural health, and this is one of them that I have on my shelf at home. And the library actually has a very nice selection of natural health books. This one is especially interesting because you can look up any
I saw that one.
remedy.
It's very clear,
Okay.
alphabetical.
And for example, this one is on diabetes
It's a
and
little
just
encyclopedia of
what herbs work, what food you should change to that works, and relaxation, vitamins and minerals. It's a good book on that. I have several others that if you've got a question and we can't pull it out of my brain immediately, we can reference the books
Right.
very quickly.
And if somebody is going to talk to you about something, they should, if you're allergic to anything, you definitely need to mention that to him as well.
Yes, we
Yeah.
usually ask that question. I always ask,
You ask
what are you
the question.
drinking? What are you eating? Because most of our challenges come from what is going in.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like, if you're eating, fast food, processed food, hot dog, soda, just all kinds of processed food, white bread even. If you're eating those things, then it makes sense that your body's not going to function as well as if you're putting things in that your body can absorb. Like leafy green vegetables and all the things we know are good for us. But is there? Can we comment really quick since I mentioned food about about organic
Yeah,
foods? And
absolutely. Our family changed over to eating as much organic as we can get here locally. Smith's carries a nice line of organics. Albertsons carries some organics also. And we go looking both places for organic first, and we only eat anything else after we've searched the organics. The price difference on organics is maybe 20% more. The nutritional difference, when I've looked at the nutrition, is way more than that 20%.
the benefit outweighs the
yeah.
risk.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
I was getting these hamburger patties from Amy's, the name of the chain. They were like half price a couple of weeks ago, and completely organic. And
Wow.
I dressed them up with a little horseradish sauce. Oh, it tasted great. Yeah, but
Do you make your own horseradish?
No, my
They
my
sell
grandparents did.
They sell horseradish root
Root?
at
Where?
Smith's.
Oh, do they?
I had been looking for it. I just wasn't looking in the right section. It's right on their top shelf in the produce section.
Oh, excellent.
Throw it through the blank plate juicer, if you got a Champion juicer, and put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with it, and it's wonderful. I have been eating horseradish on a lot of things the last couple of weeks.
That's cool. And if you want to make it creamy, then just add some sour cream.
Or
Or
a
yogurt.
little
Could you
bit of
use
yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah.
I'm finding that you can use that plain yogurt for a lot of things that you could have used sour cream.
switch to the one that
But they do
has
have the fat-free sour cream.
a lot of the different strains of probiotics in it. The Greek yogurt has 5 or 8 strains of probiotics in it, and it tastes much like sour cream. We don't buy sour cream anymore. We actually use the Greek yogurt.
Okay, Greek yogurt is fantastic. There's one at
Jamie Lee
Smith's
Curtis
called
is promoting
Honey.
it, yeah, for
Well,
yeah.
she promotes the Activia.
When she was in Greece on the last commercial, and she was promoting the Greek yogurt. Sorry,
Oh, the
I
Greek
like-
Activia yogurt. Yeah.
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 So anyway, Jamie Lee Curtis. Anyway, so, but speaking about garlic, the creamy garlic dressing is in the restaurant's name is Amore. If you're Chicagoans or from Chicago, it's in Vegas. The phone number's on in the book, but. Yeah, because I got a craving. We're talking about that. It's so darn good.
We'll have to
You're
break
gonna have
open
to-
this one so you can take a spoonful or two, or just
John's
chug
gonna
it
buy
down.
this for his dressing.
I've been looking at for the last decade out here. Nobody's got that,
Gonna have
So-
to make your own.
Yeah, it would be the easiest thing. But it was fun looking for it at different restaurants, pizza restaurants in Las Vegas, but nobody had it until I stumbled onto this place. So I'm in doggy heaven now. So what else are we going to be doing on Thursday then for the kids and the
Well,
parents?
I'm going to talk a little bit about parent and even older children. Anybody over 9 probably says, "Oh, liquid is for kids. Drops in my juice is for kids." So I'd rather take a capsule. And interestingly, the immune system can either be underactive or overactive. And very often we have immune responses because the immune system is overactive rather than underactive.
Interesting.
And immune calm formula is just a couple of herbs, astragalus, which is an adaptogen herb, and marshmallow root, and it calms down the immune system. It rebuilds it, but it calms it down so it doesn't overreact to hay fever or those kinds of challenges.
Oh, I see where you're going with that. Okay, yeah.
And the other one is an
Build
immune
up your-
formula to build up the immune system, which what you eat, right, as you say, you got to eat the right foods. You can't have a healthy immune system if you're not eating the right foods. And then we talked about Greek yogurt. The very most important part of the immune system is the gut. And having the right friendly flora in the gut is the most important part of the immune system. So probiotics, especially if anyone's been on antibiotics. If a child has been on an antibiotic run, then retaking in and rebuilding the friendly flora with probiotics is absolutely critical for long-term immunity.
Would those two be taken together?
Not typically.
Yeah,
No,
I
we
didn't think so. I just wanted
usually
to...
ask the questions and find out where the immune system is responding, and then either calm it down or build it up, depending on what the response is.
Sorry, that reminds me of a episode of Monk. He was sick and he had a humidifier over here and he had a dehumidifier over there. Sorry. These things are flipping in my mind. Sorry. It's my overactive
Well,
mind.
it was my
What do I
blonde
take for an
roots that made me
overactive
ask
mind?
that.
Yes, there you go, right there. The kitty track will calm down that mind for you.
But all this stuff, well, like we were talking about last time we were here, I always take cinnamon with my coffee. I always threw that in the grounds. I love my garlic, vitamin E I've taken for most of my life, different things. Somebody was telling me about oregano for putting it on wounds or for fungus. Oregano. Have you heard anything about that?
Oregano has a lot of properties. My favorite for on wounds is cayenne. Cayenne will actually stop the wound from bleeding, and
Wouldn't that burn?
as long as it's not I don't have the cayenne with me, do I? Nope.
Okay, so cayenne on a...
Sprinkle it on the wound, and yes, it might burn a little bit, but it normalizes the body's response to...
Not any more than a styptic pencil or something like that, right?
Right, and
Okay.
it'll help the whole body normalize the blood pressure,
Oh,
and then the immune, or the body's system cauterizes the wound very quickly and stops the bleeding.
Could someone use cayenne that was just in their cupboard?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's what I usually am carrying in here, is just a plain old bottle of cayenne straight out of the cupboard, and I just shake it on.
that's excellent.
The other key to cayenne, because it must be in my other bag, I carry it with me all the time because it will stop a heart attack in progress also.
And how would you do that? Put it on... ingest it?
Yes. The fastest way, well, I'll tell a story about my dad since there's a personal story to it. My dad's neighbor had read enough of Dr. Christopher's works to know to use cayenne. And one day they were out working together, and Dad just collapsed, basically. He fell down and had all of the symptoms of a heart attack. And those who have had them would know what that feels like and what it looks like. Well, neighbor ran in the house, grabbed a teaspoonful of cayenne, threw it in a cup, filled it with water, and stirred it, and ran back out. And Dad was still able to drink. He drank it down, and 15 minutes later, calmed everything down. He was back to normal again. He lived several years longer. So, you need to stop a heart attack in progress, just take a spoonful of cayenne.
But he followed
down
up
it.
with a doctor.
Knowing my dad, I doubt it.
But if that happens to you out
Please
there,
go and have
we
the-
do
yes.
recommend that you follow up with 911 and you go to the doctor.
Yes, but stop it on the way in before you
Yeah.
get there. You don't need to wait the hour of time that it takes to get into
Oh
the doctor.
no.
So if you go to the library this coming Thursday from, what time is it, 1 till 3?
1 to 3
1
and
to
then
3?
6 to 8.
If you got some old wives' tales, ask Fred if they're true or not.
Yeah, bring 'em in.
Does this cure this? Does this cure that? And may well be what the doctor, or before the doctor ordered.
And again, we are going to start there. We're going to start with what everyone else knows, like we did at the last class, because we learn from each other. I always learn something new at my classes. I bring a ton of information, but we learn from each other first, and then I present whatever we've got time for left.
You know, I have noticed in the past few months when you'll go to a doctor's office or an eye doctor or somewhere, and a lot of doctors are moving towards having health products like this in their offices because they know that, you know, the key to good health is prevention.
A lot of us are asking the doctors more often,
We
what
spoke
can I
about
do
that
naturally?
Yeah,
last
and-
time you were here.
And it's
because my
really
doctor's good with
impressive
that, yeah.
that the doctors are taking a proactive role whether or not they're profiting from those products, at least they're taking a proactive role in providing something that could prevent something, which I thought was really, really nice, because that's why a lot of people don't want to go to the doctor, because, they just want to get you know, like your dad probably want to go to the doctor for some similar reason, but it's really nice that doctors are moving towards the prevention role too.
Yeah, because my doctor in Vegas, he didn't push me towards any place. He just says, go to a health food store if you don't want to do this prescription, if you have some issues with it, and look for this or this. And he gave me the note, and so he was very very good about that. And this is like 7 or 8 years ago, and I really respect him for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're all learning. I'm learning still about natural products, and I do have enough books that I can look up interactions between pharmaceuticals and natural. If before we recommend anything
Garlic.
that would be a challenge with pharmaceuticals.
Okay, my stomach says it's time for garlic, but we're down to the last minute. So
Thank you so much.
So 1 to 3 at the library this Thursday, and then after that, if you missed that, 6 to 8 at a Healing Touch Center, and that's 751-0551, and that's all
0552.
0552. I'm sorry, 751-0552, and that's like across the street from the post office.
At 2281 Postal.
Right.
I just wanted to mention, a lot of you know that I work for the WIC office, and I wanted to mention the phone number for the WIC office is 727-4884. Please just leave us a message. If we don't get back to you, you can call us back. But it's a very small office right now. We will be moving to a bigger office sometime after October, but it's a very small office, and it's really hard to manage and provide quality care when there's a lot of people there, and it causes people to have to wait longer. So please allow us a little bit of time, if you've missed an appointment, to please just call us so we can get back to you, so that when you do come in for your appointment, that we can provide you with the quality of service that you deserve, so that we can, keep a nice flow. So if you call us and leave us a message and give us some time to call you back, or just stop in and leave us your number, you stop in and just, leave someone your number and say, hey, call us when you have a minute. That would probably help the flow, and so the people that are there could be seen in a timely manner and get their, service, and then you could also get that same quality of service when you come in. Certainly, if you have an emergency, call us and let us know. Or
Good night, all. We're out of time. Thank you.
anyway, 727-4884, and then for the class, 751-0552. Thank you, Jeff.